Welcome to this tutorial on how to build a Bitcoin trading bot. In this video, we'll take you through every step of the process. We'll be using Java for our trading bot. You'll need a basic understanding of the language, as well as some familiarity with APIs. Don't worry if you're new to APIs, I'll explain everything. So, what exactly is a trading bot? Simply put, it's a piece of software that trades automatically based on predefined criteria. In our case, we'll interact with a cryptocurrency exchange's API to manage our trades. First, let's set up our development environment. We'll be using IntelliJ IDEA as our IDE. If you don't have it installed, head over to the JetBrains website and download it. Once IntelliJ is up and running, we will create a new Java project. Select New Project, then choose Java. Make sure you have JDK installed and selected. Next, we will set up the necessary libraries for our project. We'll be using Java's libraries along with some third-party libraries to make HTTP requests and handle JSON data. The first dependency, Apache HTTP Client, will help us make requests to the Exchange API. The second, JSON, will help us parse JSON responses from the API. Now that our project dependencies are set up, let's start coding. Create a new Java class named TradingBot. Within this class, we will create methods that handle trading operations. Here, we've defined a base URL for the API. You will replace exchange.com with the actual exchange you chose, like Binance.com or KuCoin.com. Make sure to read their API documentation for specific endpoints. Now, we need a method to fetch the current price of Bitcoin. Let's create a method called getCurrentBitcoinPrice. This method will handle making an HTTP GET request to the relevant API endpoint. In this method, we're using HTTP client to create and send a request to the API. The parsePrice method will extract the Bitcoin price from the response. Let's implement that next. The parsePrice method uses JSON to convert the JSON response into an object we can work with and extract the price. Next, we'll add functionality to execute buy and sell orders. The buy Bitcoin and sell Bitcoin methods will take an amount and trigger the respective API calls. We'll need to implement the HTTP POST requests to carry out these transactions. In the buy Bitcoin method, we're sending a POST request to the order endpoint. The createOrderJSON method will convert our order details into JSON format. Let's add that now. This method constructs a JSON object with the required parameters for placing an order. You will need to configure these parameters based on the API documentation of the exchange you are using. Next, we'll implement a trading strategy that the bot will use to make buying and selling decisions. A simple strategy could be to buy when the price drops by 5% and sell when it rises by 5%. This execute trading strategy method continuously checks the Bitcoin price and executes buy or sell orders based on the defined conditions. We also added a sleep interval to reduce the frequency of API calls. Before running the bot, ensure you have the necessary API keys to authenticate your requests. Each exchange will have a different way of generating and using API keys. Follow their guidelines carefully. You'll typically pass your API key in the HTTP headers. Let's modify our HTTP request to include the API key. This method takes an HTTP request, adds the API key, and returns a new request with the authentication included. Make sure to replace your API industry with the actual key. Finally, let's implement a main method to wire everything together. This method will create an instance of the trading bot class and run our trading strategy. We've now built a basic Bitcoin trading bot. Make sure to test it using a demo account if available to avoid any potential losses while tweaking your strategy. In this tutorial, we covered setting up a new Java project, integrating with a cryptocurrency exchange's API, and implementing a simple trading strategy. Remember, trading is risky, and this bot is a basic example. Always do thorough testing. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more programming tutorials. Let me know in the comments what you want to see next.